Hey, you! Are you tired of being a loser who sits at home and watches anime all day? Are you done molding at someone's awful takes on the internet? Do you want to achieve your dreams in 91 days? Well, subscribe to my program and you'll reach your goals just like my client Angelo. Just look how easy it was for him to achieve his dreams.
Revenge. A topic many pieces of media have covered of varying degrees of success. Many stories contain subplots of revenge, whilst others are a revenge tragedy as a whole. Revenge tragedies are a genre that have been around for thousands of years, from the works of Lucius Seneca in the 1st century all the way to stories that have been immortalized like Shakespeare's Titus Andronicus. Anime also has no shortage of revenge stories, or anime with themes of revenge. You got Berserk, Goblin Slayer, Code Geass, Reader of a Healer. Now all these have heavy themes of revenge, but aren't quite a revenge tragedy in the same vein as something like Titus Andronicus, where everything in the story is solely for the character's revenge. Whilst revenge is a big factor in an anime or manga such as Berserk, it's one of many plots where the revenge is layered with many subplots, situation and arcs irrelevant to the revenge aspect. The question is, how do you make a simple revenge tragedy in a format like anime while keeping it entertaining? Easy. You just make Godfather the anime. 91 Days clearly gets its inspiration from Godfather, from its setting in the Prohibition era of America to its large families of characters, not to mention the... Hell, even the anime's logo is similar to Godfather. Now it isn't of the same quality of the movies, but it certainly does well. The animation is 91 Days' weakest part by far, but it isn't awful. It's pretty meh, although it's to be expected from a smaller studio like Shuka, who created the anime. You do have some clunky movements here and there, but it isn't quite X-Arm. The show starts off with, spoilers, Angelo's entire family getting brutally murdered by the Vanetti family. 7 years later, Angelo gets a tip off his father's friend, and now going by the name Avilio Bruno, infiltrates the Vanetti family. As you can guess, the next 12 episodes are 91 days of fun and excitement. Look, the plot isn't anything special, but it's good, the pacing works, and it's quite rewarding to follow along. You've got revenge, betrayal, twists and turns, and different character arcs all wrapped up in Angelo's mission. It's amazing the story it tells in just 12 episodes. 91 Days doesn't feel like an anime, it feels like a gangster movie, which is what I believe Shuka were going for, as it is an anime original. Saying that, there is an episode near the middle of the series which was a bit out of place but gives a nice change of pace in the story. There are a lot of tropes in 91 Days, but they're more mafia tropes than your standard anime tropes like friendship, harems, horrible main characters. Looking at you, Kazuya! Angelo or Avilio, it's such a cool main character. I mean, look at the edge on this guy. You know what his goals are, you know about his revenge, you just want to root for the guy. The dynamic between Angelo and his old and new friends is definitely something to take notice of. You can see how Angelo slowly changes over time without realizing and struggles to come to terms about different events in the story. Other characters in the series mesh quite well with Angelo. You have Nero, who's part of the Vanetti family and one of the targets for Angelo, but their relationship is one that develops as the story progresses. And you have Cortio, who is Angelo's childhood friend and Angelo's main confidant for a good portion of the anime. All three of these characters have their motivations and don't feel like they're there just for plot convenience. I also gotta mention Fango. Fango is basically the Joker of this show. His character is an unusual addition to an anime like 91 Days. I personally don't think he really fits in with the style of the anime, but he is a hell of an entertaining character, that's for sure. If you aren't going to watch this show, at least watch the lasagna scene on YouTube of 91 Days, and you'll get an idea of exactly what kind of character this guy is. All in all, the show is pretty solid. It's got a great plot, great characters, a decent OST, and by the way, the opening slaps. It also has a very good dub. It reminds me of other fantastic dubs where the story isn't set in Japan, like Black Lagoon and Baccano, which is also coincidentally set in the Prohibition era, although it's wildly different in terms of themes and style. It's a work of genius getting the quality they did with a small studio like Shuka in just 12 episodes. I do think they could have done more with a bigger budget and more episodes, of course, But unlike a lot of 12 episodes anime, 91 Days does not feel rushed or forced to end. Maybe because it's anime original. Anyway, if you have some spare time and like gangster films, I'd say give 91 Days a shot. It's a blast.